Professor X brain-controlled wheelchair from the X-Men. So today we will be making a Professor X mind-controlled wheelchair from the X-Men series. So we will be needing the following components. One, an Arduino Uno, a Raspberry Pi, and this Brainwaves reader from the company called Emotive. This is the Emotive Insight. This is the lowest end of all their Brainwave reader line. And we also bought a second-hand electric wheelchair from the Facebook Market. Since we're still in a pandemic and we can't really go out, so the mind-controlled wheelchair will probably be a spinning mind-controlled wheelchair. And as always, first step is always to clear the desk. Okay, that should be fine. And then we rip apart the electric wheelchair and then do the electronics. Like most instructional videos on how to control the old electric wheelchair, I managed to find a way not to cut any wire so that I can retain the original wiring, so that I can put it back based on the original setup. People would cut this wire to make sure that the braking mechanism will no longer function, but instead I checked the wiring and then the diagram. I made my own diagram, and then apparently the solution is just this jumper wire. Not good with diagrams, so this is how I did it. This is the jumper wire. You need this to activate, to give around 24 volts to this auto safety locking braking mechanism. To control the motors, you need motor controllers. Most of the high voltage motor controllers that I found cost like 10,000 to 12,000 pesos. So I've asked around and was able to find this. This one costs like 180 pesos each, so that's 360 pesos versus the 10 to 12,000. So it's really good to research. It's called the BTS 7960. BTS 7960. We'll have 3 sets of codes. First one is the from the laptop or the PC to the Raspberry Pi, and then the Raspberry Pi will read the code and then it'll send to the Arduino, and then the Arduino will send it to the motor drivers. We can actually skip the Raspberry Pi part, but I want to try and use the communication between Raspberry Pi and Arduino. So to switch it on, you just need to focus. I can't explain it. So there. Somehow you manage it, but you have to practice it very well. So there's a training program on the site. Okay, so I'm gonna switch it off. So now we assemble the chair. Again, here's the Professor X mind-controlled wheelchair. Stop. Professor X brain-controlled wheelchair from the X-Men. Stop. Okay. Stop. Okay, so let's finish. Start again. So there you have it. If we have more space, then we can control it better. But one more thing I want to try. Spin, baby. That's a wrap!